नमस्कार। आप सभी लोग अपने अपने घरों पर सकुशल होंगे। तो हम सीधे अपने टॉपिक की बात करते हैं। तो इन द प्रीवियस टॉपिक वी ऑल हैव जस्ट कंक्लूडेड द डिफरेंट लॉज ऑफ द मेंडल्स, राइट, एंड द इनकम्प्लीट डोमिनेंस, कोडोमिनेंस, मल्टीपल एलिलिज्म, राइट, and test cross, back cross, and so on. So student, let's move to another topic that is known as paleotropy. Means first of all we have to know what is this paleotropy. Paleotropy generally it was just coined by 19 Mr. Fested, right, in 1910. And generally if we can talk about the meaning of this word paleotropy is generally is that when a single gene can capable to produce more than one effects, means whenever the gene can capable to effects more than one, right, so in that is known as the paleotrophy. So as you all know, right, that this we can say this paleotropism can be defined when the one gene can influences multiple alternative phenotypic traits, means they can capable to change the different characteristics in that particular conditions, right, or we can say this paleotropy describes the genetic effects of a single gene on the multiple phenotypic traits so many times, right. And if we talk about the mutation in a paleotropic gene maybe have an effect on the some or other traits sometimes. And if we talk that the mechanism of the paleotropy in most cases is effect of a gene on metabolic pathways that we contributed different phenotypes. Generally if we take the examples of this, before we have to also know that genes showing the paleotropy produce a single polypeptide just like other non-paleotropic genes one, and this polypeptide governs such a biochemical reactions which can be basic to many development events, and the results of is impairment of the functions in that particular conditions. So first of all we have to easily understand with the help of an examples, that is there is a disorder, right, which can be caused by the mutation of the gene encoding that is called enzyme phenylalanine, right. We can say especially that disease is known as phenylketonuria. This disease is found in human beings, right. It can be caused because of the mutation in the genes which can be encoding for an enzyme. एक एंजाइम होता है that is called phenylalanine, right. That hydrolase means phenylalanine hydrolase enzyme can capable to encoding for the disease of the phenylketonuria. We can say in the absence of this enzyme the phenylalanine is not converted into a tyrosine. Generally if the there is a phenylalanine, ठीक है, is absent due to which the phenylalanine is not converted into the tyrosine and accumulated of the phenylalanine take place. मीन्स जनरली अगर हम बात करते हैं जो जब म्यूटेशन होने की वजह से एनकोडिंग होने की वजह से जो हमारी बॉडी के अंदर फिनाइलएलेनिन हाइड्रोलेज एंजाइम रहता है, अगर वो एंजाइम प्रेजेंट नहीं होगा तो जिसकी वजह से जो फिनाइलएलेनिन है इट विल नॉट गोइंग टू बी कन्वर्टेड इन द ट्रायोसिन एंड इट विल जस्ट एक्यूमुलेटेड, इट कैन जस्ट accumulated in our body in the formation of phenylalanine, right. And the effects of this will shown on the individuals. We can say these are individuals can have shown the specific structures that the hairs, skin pigments and the mental problems, means mental disorders can be also found over there. You must understand about this one. सिंपली हम कह सकते हैं कि एक कोई पर्टिकुलर जीन जब एक से ज़्यादा एक्सप्रेशन करता है वो पलेयोट्रोपिज्म कहलाता है, और इसके लिए बेस्ट एग्जांपल है फिनाइलकेटोनुरिया का, क्योंकि ये फिनाइलकेटोनुरिया डिसऑर्डर कैन बी अकर्स ओनली व्हेन द म्यूटेशन in the gene encoding for the एंजाइम फिनाइलएलेनिन हाइड्रोलेज, यानी कि जो म्यूटेशन की प्रोसेस से जो एक पर्टिकुलर जीन को एनकोड करता है, जिसे हम कहते हैं क्या, फिनाइल एलेनिन हाइड्रोलेज एंजाइम को एनकोड करता है। और अगर ये एंजाइम एब्सेंट होगा, ये एंजाइम के एब्सेंस होने पे जब फिनाइल एलेनिन है वो उसका कन्वर्जन ट्रायोसिनिन में नहीं होगा, और उस ट्रायोसिनिन में नहीं होने की वजह से उस बॉडी के अंदर फिनाइल एलेनिन का एक्यूमुलेशन हो जाएगा, और उसके एक्यूमुलेशन की वजह से वो ह्यूमन बीइंग के ऊपर उसका इल इफेक्ट पड़ता है, स्पेशली ऑन हिज हेयर्स, राइट, and on his skin and on his mental tiredness. So as you can say, generally seen, we can say generally when the triosin is used to body, generally triosin is utilization for the making the melanin in our body, right? It can also important component of pigment of found in our hairs and skin, so it can be affected by it. And if this triosin is not converted, what will happen? This फिनाइलएलेनिन टू बी ट्रायोसिन रिजल्ट्स इन द लेस पिगमेंटेशन इन हेयर्स एंड स्किन। तो इसकी वजह से हम कह सकते हैं कि हमारी बॉडी में क्या हो सकता है, ये डिजीजेस बन सकती है। तो इसी को ही हम क्या कहते हैं, पैलियोट्रॉपी कहा जाता है। इसके अलावा अगर हम दूसरा एग्जांपल लेते हैं प्लांट्स में, जनरली स्टार्च सिंथेसाइज इन द पी प्लांट, जो मटर का पौधा होता है, मटर के पौधे के अंदर जो स्टार्च सिंथेसिस होता है बाय वन जीन विथ 2 एलीलीज, एक जीन होता है जिसमें 2 एलीलीज होते हैं। वी कैन से जनरली द स्टार्च इज सिंथेसाइज्ड इफेक्टिवली बाय द होमोजाइगोट्स, मींस होमोजाइगोट जीन की वजह से होता है। नहीं, देन द स्टार्च ग्रेन्स आर लार्ज एंड द सीड्स आर मैच्योरिटी आर द अराउंड वन, बट वी कैन से द होमोजाइगोट्स आज लेस एफिशिएंट इन स्टार्च सिंथेसिस। अगर होमोजाइगोट रिसेसिव होंगी तो क्या होगा, वहाँ पर सिर्फ सिंथेसिस होगा, तो उस कंडीशन की वजह से हमारे जो मटर के दाने होंगे वो क्या होंगे, वो स्मॉल हो जाएंगे, उसमें स्टार्च कम होगा, साथ ही रिंकल्ड हो जाएंगे। लेकिन अगर वही डोमिनेंट कैरेक्टर रहेगा तो डेफिनेट है, अगर बी कैरेक्टर रहेगा तो उसमें क्या होगा, वो अच्छे रहेंगे। लेकिन अगर हम बात करते हैं कि अगर हेटेरोजाइगोट्स कैपिटल बी स्मॉल बी की कंडीशन में what will happen in that particular conditions, this can be produce a round seed indicating that B is the dominant, as I have told you in the according to the law of dominant. But the starch grains are intermediate in the size, and hence for the starch grain size the alleles show incomplete dominance, right? अगर हम हेटेरोजाइगस कंडीशन में क्रॉस करा के बनाएंगे तो हो सकता है कि सीड हमारे बड़े हो जाएं, ग्रीन हो जाएं, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं दूसरी कोई ना कोई एक चीज़ में कमी हो जाती है। तो ड्यू टू विच वी कैन से दैट द पैलियोट्रॉपी एज द सेम ऑफ द जीन कंट्रोल 2 ट्रेट्स, मीन्स एक ही जीन 2 चीज़ को कंट्रोल करती है। मान लीजिए हमने कहा कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी है, ठीक, ये कैपिटल बी स्मॉल बी है, तो बी की वजह से एक जीन कंट्रोल हो गया, जिसकी वजह से क्या हुआ, वो बिग तो हो गया लेकिन उसका कलर या उसका स्ट्रक्चर चेंज हो गया। तो हम कह सकते हैं कि सेम जीन कैन कैपेबल टू चेंज द control the 2 characters, so that is known as paleotropy or paleotropism. So we can say that the dominance is not an autonomous features of the gene, or it can be product, but it depends on the production of the particular phenotype from the gene product. So इसलिए हम डायरेक्ट नहीं कह सकते किसी जीन का ऑटोनोमस मैकेनिज्म नहीं होता है कि इट कैन ऑलवेज कैपेबल टू डू द इट्स इफेक्ट ऑन एनी प्लांट वन, बट ये उसके साथ जो अदर जीन है रिलीज है उसके ऊपर भी डिपेंड करता है, ताकि क्या हो सके कि द प्रोडक्शंस ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर फिनोटाइप, जो भी करेक्टर आ रहा है वो क्या है, फ्रॉम द जीन प्रोडक्ट का क्या बन के आता है। दैट्स वाई इट इज नोन एज दिस वन, राइट। देन वी हैव टू टॉक अबाउट द नेक्स्ट, दैट इज कॉल्ड द पॉलीजेनिक इनहेरिटेंस। मीन जनरली फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल नो व्हाट इज दिस पॉलीजेनिक इनहेरिटेंस। You, as you can see that when one phenotypic character is controlled by more than one genes is called the polygenic inheritance. Students, we are talking about the paleotropy in before this topic, in which we have seen that one gene can capable to control the more than 2 morphological characters, but here we can to count that the same more than one gene can capable to control the same characters, right? You just listen. Means when one phenotypic character is controlled by more than one gene, that is called the polygenic inheritance. Simply आप कह सकते हो कि जब कोई एक मॉर्फोलॉजिकल कैरेक्टर को, ठीक है, एक से ज्यादा जीन कंट्रोल करते हैं तो उसे हम कहते हैं क्या, दैट इज नोन एज पॉलीजेनिक इनहेरिटेंस, राइट. एंड जनरली इट वाज discovered, it can be done with the by the scientist. His name is Collier, right, the father of polygenic inheritance. Or we can say generally this polygenic inheritance was also given by Mr. Galton in 1833, right students. So in that particular conditions we can say such can be found over there. Or we can say in these characters we can say some traits are controlled by the 3 or more genes or multiple genes. So that trait is known as the polygenic trait. Or we can say the phenotype produces as a result of the participation of several genes is also influenced by the environmental conditions. That is called the quantitative inheritance, as the character's phenotype is found over there. Especially we can just see this into the human skin color, right. If you have just memorize about the different peoples, or we can say the melanin is due to the 3 pair of polygenes, we can say A, B, C, right. If a black or very dark A, B, C and white are very light in that small one, we can say such condition can be seen. But we can show that intermediate color often called the mulatto or such specific type of colors. So in these conditions if we will cross, then in that particular conditions there are different crosses, a different number of individuals can be found over there. So generally this was done in different places and always on the melanin or the human being color. If we can directly say, right, if we take an example with the help of 3 genes, polygenes, control by production of melanin, generally as you can see that the conventions of the consider only 2 pairs of genes, that is negro and the albino, right. As you can see here that negro means that 2 dark color, maximum melanin are found in their body, and albino has the minimum melanin, means there are the some changes in the characters, right, as you understand. And you can just see in these conditions whenever the crossing between the negro and albino is taken place, means generally high melanin quality persons can be crossed with the less or no melanin substance. After the crossing we will get another, that is called the mulatto, right. This mulatto means that something is happened over there. So this is known as the polygenic traits. And as you can show, to cross with the help of this one, evenly you can capable to cross more than 2 genes also. We can use the 3 genes in that conditions also. So as you can see, these all are different conditions where the different organisms are found over there. Albino, fair, mulatto, dark and negro. Means generally these are the different characters can be, morphological structures can be found by using, right, the same kinds of genes, more than one ratios of the genes. As you can just see, if we, while we can going to cross all these organisms in different ways, due to which we will get the such ratios. We can say no dominant alleles, albino 1/16, one dominant alleles, that fair color, that is 4/16, right, and 2 dominant alleles will to 6/16, and 3 dominant alleles, that is dark color, they are 4/16, and 4 dominant alleles, that is negro 1/16 are found over in the condition. So graphically representation in that is in the mulatto are the more in compared to the other crossing accidents. So you, as you can with the help of pie chart also, after the during the polygenic trait, especially about the melanin, right. So you can just see over here generally the 6% albino and 6% negro are found over there, and 25% dark and 25% fair persons are found there, but mulatto are 38% are present over there. This is the conditions of through which we can capable to understand about this one. So this way the organisms can be found over there. Suppose we can try to cross the pure white line and pure red line as you given in our diagrams, right? After the crossing them we will get the different ways, right? After the selfing crossing we will get the different issues in all such kind of things. So all these are the different characters. Yes student, you must try to cross this diagram, right? Means we have getting the such structures and we are going to cross them itself, but before that you all have to make some specific type of crosses over there. Means first of all you all have to cross in the gene A B C, crossed with A B C. After that you will get the in F1 generation you will get A B C and small c, and this results in the F1 generation. After crossing this F1 generation selfing, right, means capital A, capital B, small b, capital C and small c will cross with the same one, right? That is you can say the same gene, and here you will get the different type of the gametes. For that you can just see they are such gametes as you seen the ABC, this one, 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 like this. Means you will get the such numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 characters can be found over there, and when they can be selfing to cross you will get the such structures, such pure lines, some melanin and some mulatto. In such categories you will get this 20 number is always shown about the mulatto, right? So with the help of this flowchart you can capable to understand about this polygenic traits. After that we have to talk about the some specific sometimes can be asked, that is we can say complementary genes. Means we can say the complement that can be affect each other to produce a phenotype structures. If we can take an example of the sweet potato or sweet pea, right, the flower color is due to complementary genes, hence one gene complements the expression of the another gene. Generally one gene can be always complements for the another genes, means without what that gene that structure can be not found over there. So students, one most important topic sometimes we can be also asked about the rediscovery of the Mendel's laws. We can say the Mendel published his work on the inheritance characters in 1865. It remains unrecognized for the several reasons, as I have already told you, right? But those regions can very important that their his work is not recognized, because special regions we can say the communications were difficult, so his work was could not be widely published. As well as we can say his concept of genes are stable until that control and expressions of the traits of the pair of the release which not blend over not accepted. Means generally whatever he given it was not acceptable in that particular condition, and his idea of using mathematics is also explained biological phenomena was not acceptable in that particular conditions. Evenly, we can say he could not provide a physiological proof for the existence of factors that were these factors located in the cells one. So, some in 19th Hugo de Vries concerned and own, right, Hugo de Vries and Correns and the von Stickmark rediscovered the Mendel's theory. So you must memorize about on the point of view of your examinations that who rediscovered about the Mendel's laws, that is Hugo de Vries, Correns and von Stickmark. And we can say this leads to discovery of the chromosomes, and after that they all can capable to develop another structures, or we can say the structures in nucleus appear to the double and divide just before the cell are dividing in that particular conditions. So students, these are the different ways for the rediscovery of the Mendel's laws. So next topic we will talk about the chromosomal theories of the inheritance in the next videos. So you must prepare up to here now. Thank you.